What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight! Alright, we're coming back to Pearl Jam. Yes, indeed, Pearl Jam fans, feeling you! Come on now! Here we go. This is a request from Jason Cart. Jason wanted to see me react to this song by Pearl Jam called Jeremy. Now, here's the thing. Full disclosure. Have I heard the song before? Yes, I have. Obviously. I mean, I've done a couple reactions to Jeremy, alright, but Jason specifically wanted to see this performance live from Pink Pop. So we're going back to one of their early shows, back to that Pink Pop Festival again. This is one of Jason's prioritized requests. For those of you that don't know, Jason is actually our very first gold tier member on the Patreon page. So he gets 3 requests prioritized per month, and this is his first pick. So right to the top of the line. So hope you enjoy it, Jason. This was posted by 96 Leo, and the video has 1.2 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. HD, that's nice. Pearl Jam, Pink Pop 1992, Jeremy. There it is, right there. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
When the rain comes, they run and hide their head. It might as well be dead. When the rain comes, when the rain comes. Song's called Jeremy.
So right off the gun, I mean, being a bass player, I'm going to notice this stuff. Right off the gun, Jeff is playing a 12 string. I thought he was playing an 8. No, he's playing a 12 string. There are 12 tuning pegs on that bass. Dear Lord, that is a lot of string to pluck on one note. I've tried playing a 12 string before. It is not easy. Like, a 12 string, you almost like have to play with a pick. Like, you can play with fingers on that thing, but it's not going to sound the same as if you're playing with a pick. I'm not an advocate for playing with picks. I don't like playing with picks, but for a 12 string bass, you kind of have to. You really do. I mean, like I said, you can play with fingers, and that's fine, but it's not going to sound as good as playing with a pick on this. Lots of energy on the stage, but I'm not sure if it's being utilized properly. I'll talk about that more as we maybe now in all fairness, I didn't have the best camera angle, so this right here is a much better camera angle. We'll see. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. We'll see.
smoking clear. Clearly I remember picking on the boy. Seemed a harmless little fuck. But we unleashed the lion, yeah. Nasty Stephen with the recess lady's breast. How could I forget? And he hit me with a surprise left jaw. My jaw left turn. Oh, I dropped wide open. It's like the day, oh, like the day I heard. Daddy didn't give affection, no.
You see what I mean? Okay, so everyone's moving on stage, and I'm always a big advocate for moving around because movement creates energy. It's physics 101. You know, it's not rocket science. So they are moving around stage, and that's great. That's wonderful. But a lot of it seems, I don't know if the right word to be used would be misdirected or unfocused. I'm not sure which one applies in a more quantitative way. They are moving, okay? They are moving around, and that's wonderful, but a lot of the movement is without purpose. Like, other than just to move. Like, they're moving around in circles, or they're moving back and forth, or, you know, they're moving side to side, but there's no real rhyme or reason as to why. You know what I mean? They're, like, when I like seeing stage energy, I like seeing a direction. I like seeing a purpose behind it. Like, you know, moving from one side of the stage to the other. You know, that would be fine. Interacting with the crowd, that's always good. Interacting with each other, that's always good. But when you're just literally turning around in a circle, I mean, is it movement? Yes. Is it defined movement? Yes, it's defined. Is it focused? Does it have a purpose? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I've given them all the credit in the world for moving, and that's great. That's wonderful. You're already better than about 80% of the bands out there at this point in time, when all they did literally was stare at their shoes. But I like to see some direction with that movement and that energy. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's not bad. It's like I said, they're doing better than 80% of the bands out there during this period of time. So, already, props. So, anyway, let's keep going here. Oh, there we go. And then he goes back over. Okay, well, the short iteration. I don't know if they heard me or what, but the movements and the motions are becoming a lot more focused. Like there's a lot more purpose behind them now. Now I'm seeing direction. I'm seeing people crisscrossing. I'm seeing people going to other sides of the stage. Now I'm seeing people interacting with each other. So I don't know. I don't know if somehow magically they heard me in the process of this video, but yet now we're seeing a lot more focus, and that's a lot more fun to watch. Eddie Vedder's vocal delivery in this performance is amazingly strong. He's staying true to how it is on the album from what I remember. It's sticking pretty true to what he does on the recording, but at the same time, he's delivering it with that live energy and that live feel. And I think the reason that's working so well is in the studio, it sounds to me like on the studio recording, if I remember correctly, he almost had like a live approach to it. Like, he was recording it, he was recording his voice for an album, yes, but instead of taking a studio approach, it sounded like on the album he was taking more of a live approach. And I think that's one of the reasons why this song from a vocal standpoint translates so well from what was done on the album to what is done live. I think it's because going into the recording session, he took a live approach, and it shows. It definitely shows. It makes it very easy to translate it from what you hear on the album to what you're going to hear at the in a live setting. So smart. But that comes back to, the recording, and the recording process. So that way it's not such a stretch when you're really going to belt it out and, put all that energy and projection and volume and power behind it in a live setting, because you already did it on the studio recording. So I wish more bands would do it like that. I kind of do. Anyway, let's keep going here. Yeah, I mean, it is what it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be, a polished, gem. It's live, it's a live show. So it's not meant to be, perfection. It's supposed to be fun. And that was a fun performance for sure, without question. Well, there you go, folks. That was Pearl Jam with a live performance of Jeremy from Pink Pop. This was requested by Jason Cart. Yeah, this was one of his prioritized requests. So there you go, Jason, straight to the front of the line. Hope you enjoyed it. Before I give my score, I need to reiterate that I have heard the song before. Okay, so I am not taking the song into account here in any way, shape, or form. Okay, I am only grading the live performance. That's it. Okay, so the song has nothing to do with this. It has everything to do with what was going on stage and the performance of the song. Okay, so please keep that in mind. All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.2. Yep, 8.2. I feel good with that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, so stage presence. Let's talk about the stage presence here. They had it. They definitely had it. Like I said earlier, they were doing more on stage than about 75 to 80% of the bands out there during this period of time, who would literally just stand there and look at their shoes. Okay, well, good for you. You're up there playing the songs note for note. I can stay at home, and put the CD in my CD player, hit play, and listen to the song and hear the song note for note. But when you're going to see a show, you see, that's the key word there. No one ever says, we're going to go hear the concert. We're going to go hear the show. No one ever says that. Everybody, when you think about this, when you get tickets, what are you getting tickets for? You're getting tickets to go see the show, to go see the concert, to go see the band, right? So, wouldn't that kind of suck if you put down $120 to go see your favorite band and they literally stand there and gaze at their shoes the whole time? They don't even look up at the crowd. They look at their shoes the whole time. Wouldn't that suck?
Hell yes.
I would want my money back. Absolutely I would. And I've done it. I have absolutely done it. So, did they stand there and shoegaze? Absolutely not. So they're already ahead of the curve, okay? Now, the first half of the performance, there was a lot of turning in circles, moving forward and backwards. There was a lot of linear thinking movement, like one direction thinking. And to be honest with you, I wasn't terribly impressed with it at the beginning. I was watching it going, okay, well, I mean, they're moving, and that's great, but it's very repetitive movements and motions, and there's no direction. There's no purpose. They're just literally moving to move. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, movement's great, but entertaining movement would be even better. And then for some reason in the second half, it's almost as if they heard me through the screen. They started moving with purpose. They started moving with direction. They started going across the stage. They started interacting with each other. They started interacting with the crowd more. I saw Mike McCready go back and interact with his amps, trying to get some feedback going. No problem there. It became a lot more fun to watch. It became a lot more engaging from an audience standpoint. It became more vestible. Like you became more invested in the performance, which was a wonderful thing to see happen. So I'm glad they did come around in the second half. So awesome job there. Eddie Vedder didn't move around a whole lot. He was really kind of stuck to one spot, focusing on what he was doing as far as his vocals go. Great vocal delivery. I will say, great vocal delivery, fantastic vocal delivery. Sounded phenomenal from an energy standpoint, projection standpoint, clarity standpoint. He sounded really good. I really enjoyed his vocals there. Would have been nice to see him moving around a bit too. Being the front man, being the leader of the band, the front man, the guy who's supposed to be up front. It'd be kind of nice to see him doing some of that stuff too. And I know he can because we've seen him do it in other performances. So why he chose to just stand still in this performance, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure there was a reason. The drummer, this is early Pearl Jam, so that was Dave, right? Dave Abruzzi, I guess is how you pronounce his last name. Phenomenal job on the drums, very solid, locked down. I was asked to do a comparison between the big three drummers. I mean, there were other drummers too, but they were like around for like a couple of months and then they were gone. But somebody asked me to do a comparison between Dave, Jack, and Matt. I think I figured out how I'm gonna do it. I think I have. I think I figured out the layout I'm gonna do. So I am gonna do that soon. I promise. I just gotta get the time to do it during a filming. So that is coming. Now, who's my favorite Pearl Jam drummer? I don't know. I don't have one. They all are. I mean, from what I've heard stuff from all three of them. They all have their strengths. They all have their weaknesses. You know, I mean, there's no one particular drummer, to me anyway, that stands out head and shoulders above everybody else. So, do I have a favorite Pearl Jam drummer? No, I don't. Now that might change when I do my comparison. So I don't know, but we'll say that for another time. Overall, though, the performance was fun to watch. They put on a great show. They really did. It was a great show. Not mind-blowing, but a great show. And that is why they're getting the great score of 8.2. So, 8.2, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base, and become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It'll do me a world of good, and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell, and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.